Serenity room have a whole fucking vibe to it. It has a fucking comfortability, loving, open, secluded, serene, peaceful, safe space. I fucking love it here. I love it in this room. And it's been a little difficult for me to get in here lately because when I am not working, I rest. I'm resting. But right now, I have my candle lit. I have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful cup of coffee. My motherfucking coffee, but top of the morning, top of the morning, with some pistachio creamer in it. It is a new flavor creamer. It is very good. I like it. You know, it's hard to try new shit sometimes because you don't want to feel like you're wasting your damn money. I've added a few things to the Serenity room. Some decor. It's still not complete yet, but it is an absolute, I fucking love it here. I fucking love it here. And what I'll do is, I'll do a little video on it later and just show you the accents that I put. But I wanted to talk honestly to myself. As I'm talking to myself, of course I'm talking with you guys. This channel was built to assist each other in healing, right? Oh, there go my fupa. This channel was created actually and is building to assist each other in some form of fucking healing, right? And I have been so hell bent on healing because I really, really, really wanna get better, wanted to get better, wanted to surpass a certain level of pain, frustration, and even bitterness. And I try not to put certain things in the atmosphere because when it is spoken with a pure heart and intent, you can very well manifest that way. And so I did not want to say certain things. However, not saying certain things does not change the reality of what I was feeling at that time in that fucking moment, right? And I've been so hell bent on healing and focusing on healing that I hardly touched on another reality, which is relapse. Relapse doesn't even fucking only apply to drug rehab or alcohol rehab. It can apply to fucking, your heart can relapse too. Even in the middle of a fucking healing phase, even while you're going through a fucking healing phase, your heart can fucking relapse. And it is so fucking complicated. You know? It is so fucking complicated. And it's this awkward, uncomfortable space, you know, that you're fucking in. Because it is one of the realest fights between your mind, your heart, and even your spirit sometimes. And I'm saying your spirit sometimes because you and I both know in the process of before we even get to the healing part, you know those intuitive notions kick the fuck in and we choose to ignore them. Right? And then, there's a fucking time when it's like you talk to yourself like I'm talking to myself, but I'm talking to you. You get to this fucking point and the reality of everything fucking hits you so hard that your body feels like it's taking a physical beating. And even with all the fucking that of what you know and what this fucking person has done to hurt you, with all of that, you are fucking still either trying to figure out why, how, and even negotiating with yourself on how you can still be with this person and fucking move past what it is that they done. How can you make peace, some type of peace, with it is that what they fucking done, right? Totally oblivious, I believe, to the fucking fact that people, right? Let me see if I can this a little better. I'm not really sure, but I'm gonna try. Damn it, people. Well, that'll have to work for now. When we are negotiating how people make and made us feel during the course of the relationship, when the relationship started to go downhill, when things started to change, when we try to negotiate how they made us feel and the reality of the fucking situation in order to find some type of way to accept what they did, make an excuse to our own self just to still be with them, there's a fucking trauma in that. It's self-imposed fucking trauma. And it's self-imposed because we have gotten all the red flags. We passed the fucking red flags. We've got to the fucking point that it is now just a blatant fucking danger zone, right? And because we have the hearts that we fucking have, we still can't quite process how another human that says they love us, we believe that they love us, can make a conscious decision to do the shit that they fucking do or have done to cause us to be in this fucking state of chaos. Like, when you look up the word trauma, right? And I have looked it up quite a bit. Because I wanted to get the understanding of what trauma is, because I also wanted to fucking understand that what I was experiencing was fucking trauma. Like, I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it, right? And so trauma is the brain trying to, but could not process the event or events that has happened in one's life, right? And so I'm a Virgo, I'm an earth sign, and I'm a woman Virgo. I don't know a lot of men Virgos, I can speak on behalf of most women Virgos that we like to break things down all the way to a fucking science, to a molecule, somewhere in our fucking thought process. Once it is broken down, whether it is a confession or not, whether you're talking about it or not, we break it down because to us it has to make sense. It has to make fucking sense. So for trauma to be your mind to a degree confessing to you that there was an event or a chain of events that has happened and I can't process this shit is fucking, to me it is frightening to me that there's an inner war, an inner fucking conflict that your heart is saying, I have been where that person is. I've had no one in my corner. I basically raised myself. I grew up with my mom this way, my dad, because you can empathize with the person that is hurting you, right? With your heart. But your fucking mind can't even begin to comprehend, no matter which way you try to turn it or understand it. How in the fuck your mind, how in the fuck can I process what is going on or what has happened? Huge war right there. Huge conflict of interest right there within you, within yourself. And it is fucked up because you can't help but to think about it. This is where the fucking sometimes the relapse come in at. Even if the person that is hurting you don't understand that you have relapsed on them or that you have um, relapsed in a sense of maybe they're not aware that you want to revisit the situation. Maybe they are. Maybe this is just a battle within yourself. But the fucking idea that you would rather fight yourself to believe something that is not fucking real anymore and perhaps probably wasn't ever, you would rather be with someone and allow them to continue to hurt you, but you would rather be in it because you're used to it, and over the years you've learned to cope, you learned to understand, and you don't like it, but you're more familiar with it than your brain trying to process all the bullshit that they've done to you. So you're considering revisiting this shit, right? That's a sickness within itself. This is just me speaking to me, sharing with you. If you agree, cool. If you don't agree, that's cool too. Because let me tell you what the fuck I did. My grandson Just turned 1 year old on December 31st. Today is February. What the fuck is today? 26. Today's February 26th, 2024. This coming July, I think it's going to be 4 years or three. My mind is a little clouded right now, so I can't get exact to the wire, but you get the gist of what I'm saying. It has been 3 to 4 years easily since me and Judas have separated. I hardly speak, and when I say hardly, since the 3 or 4 year separation, I've spoken to him twice. I've texted him 3 times. One of the times that I texted him was for my grandson's birthday because my son and my daughter-in-law, this is their first kid. Of course, our first is like the love of our lives, and they had this dope ass party for him, this sesame themed party. But the instead of Sesame Street, the street was named after my grandson, and it was so beautiful and bright and colorful and active, right? It was really nice. Um, and I texted him at the party when I was at the party, and I said in the text, it is sad that no matter what it is that we go through and been through, that you would not at least show your face at your grandson's party. That was all I said in the text. I don't know if he replied back or not because I have him blocked. But after maybe like a day or two, I find myself to be fucking bothered because here I am at war within. There's a conflict within. The conflict is me versus me, saying to myself, and I don't want to, I'm going to go back and forth, but I don't want to say this A me and B me. Like, I don't want to, A me said this, B me said that. No, no, no. So I'm going to converse, tell you the what the conversation was about, and you will be able to figure out who's who within me in this conversation. But I was fucking bothered because I said to myself, what the fuck was on your mind? Why the fuck would you even text that fucking man? And by you texting him, are you really fucking healed from that situation? Because why the fuck would it even matter, or would you even care if he showed his face for your grandson? The right thing for him to do would be that, of course, but when the fuck has he ever done the right fucking thing? Damn it, he couldn't even fucking show up for his own motherfucking kids even after he fucking came home. And you know this to be a fact. So what the fuck make you think that that would change? And why the fuck would you turn around and text this motherfucker? So what part of you, within you, is still having some type of hope that there will be a change in this nigga, when clearly decades upon decades he has shown you that it's the same shit? Nigga, what the fuck is wrong with you? Right? And that's why I was fucking bothered, because I had realized that in that night, that was a night of relapse for me. It was a night of relapse for me. I should not have reached out to, what the fuck am I reaching out to him for? To show up at his grandson's birthday party? That is for my son to do. And how do I even know if my son didn't do that? My son probably did do that. That's how much I don't even speak on this man or of this man to anyone, right? And so, me still having the hope in him, like, I had to check myself because I was very fucking bothered by that. And that is just an example of what I mean by fucking relapse. How we push forward to heal because we don't want to be associated with the fucking pain. And we don't want to be associated with the reminders of the pain, right? And we don't want to we really don't want to have any association or even conversation, if we can help it, with the people that caused us the fucking pain, because there will always be a major line of misunderstanding there. It's just some shit that you will not ever again fucking understand about the fucking person, what the fuck they did, right? Or why they did what the fuck they did, and misunderstandings will always be a fucking communication barrier, all the time, unless the people are willing to walk through it and talk through it. And a lot of fucking time, you already know how that go. When it's a bad fucking breakup, it's if ever it could be spoke about, it is a long motherfucking road to that shit, if ever. I want the best for my children. I want the best for my grandson. I don't necessarily know if that's him being in their life. Maybe God feels differently about that, because divine timing is everything. It's a time and a place for everything. But the fact that I had a moment of relapse really had me in my motherfucking bag about me. Made me say, okay, baby, you got to take a couple of steps back, because you got to figure out, why the fuck do you even care? Right? And that's what made me do this live. Or this excuse me. Just took my glasses off. That's what made me do this video today, because I speak on healing because I want us to all get fucking better. Nobody wants to be stuck in that fucked up ass space. That is a fucked up space to be in. We know that. Nobody wants to be stuck there. Nobody deserves to be fucking stuck there. Sometimes though, we because we as a culture, there is a such thing as generational trauma. Now, I can't speak for other cultures, and I don't even want to go that fucking way because that's not the point. But our culture is prone to generational trauma, excuse me, regardless. So when we get on the road to healing, which again is a lifelong journey, and it is a journey of dedication to oneself. Because again, when you are fucking on the road to healing, you are unpacking a lot of shit. You are digging fucking deep. And you are going way motherfucking back to the original source of your decision making today. See, like the original source of your decision making isn't just, it didn't just happen today. It didn't just happen the day of the fucking breakup. It happened way back when you built a family, decided to build a family with this motherfucker. It happened when you decided to try to, in order to keep your family together, that you had to be the sacrificial lamb. So you had to sacrifice your peace, your happiness, your mental health in order to try to maintain a relationship with this motherfucking individual so that you could get the perception to the fucking world and to your maybe subconscious self, or maybe to your ego. You know, you want to give the presentation that I have my family and that's all I really wanted, because I think that's all that we ever fucking really want as a culture, is to be able to share the love that we have unconditionally with people that we love. Like, we don't want to have to put conditions on fucking love, but experience have taught us, and it is imperative for you to put conditions on the fucking on your relationship. So yes, you know, I'm just gonna touch on this for a minute, right? um Love absolutely has to have fucking conditions on it. It today's terminology of love in 2024, the way these motherfuckers run around and change the definition of what love is and change it to suit their personal agendas, you absolutely have to have conditions on motherfucking love. Conditions and boundaries are motherfucking synonymous. You absolutely have to have conditions and boundaries. You cannot let a motherfucker run around reckless and do what the fuck they want to do to you and at you and shit. You can't do that shit. And cause like what the fuck is gonna take? What the fuck is it gonna take for you to see people for who the fuck they really are and not for who the fuck you want them to be? We done invested a lot of our natural resources in these motherfuckers, and I'm talking about blood, sweat, and motherfucking tears and time, right? We done invested our natural resources in these motherfuckers, and of course, as nurturing, loving women, we want it to be prosperous, we want it to be fruitful, even if it means sometimes be it won't be all great all the time. You know, it's a, you know, to get things in a certain space where you want it to be good, you're gonna have to go through some shit. You know, I think we understood that motherfucking assignment, but then it gets to a fucking point where, you know, it becomes evident we're not on the fucking same page. And so what the fuck does it take? What does it fucking take for you to really see this motherfucker? I'm gonna give you another example. All right, I'm gonna give you another example. I entered into a relationship um earlier this year. Hold on now, motherfucking I'm definitely lying about that. No fucking early this year. We already early this year. So I'm talking 2023. Mid to late 2023, I entered into a relationship with somebody else. Um, in the beginning, of course, it was cool with me. You know, um, I had some things to prove to myself, is why I decided to enter into a relationship with this person. Number one, I needed to prove to myself that I still had it. I needed to affirm with myself that I could love again, I could trust again, I can enjoy um, male companionship, I can experience having a relationship, and that I'm healed from the breakup. So now I'm ready to move forward. And my boyfriend at the time started acting different. And at first, I was like, all right, the representative is gone, bitch. He gone. This is the motherfucking nigga right here. This is him, front line and center. So, how do you want to proceed with this? And my other self said, well, you know what? It's nobody that's perfect. So what you do with relationships, because you can't base them more for your last experiences, right? You can't compare from your last experience. But what you can do is you can proceed with some caution, right? That's what you do, because you're gonna see or continue to see this person for who they are, and you get to decide if this is something that you can continue and build with, or if this is something that it's in your best interest to let go. So we continue on. One incident happens, and I'm like, all right, now what? And my other self said, well, this is a relationship right now. So you gotta thug it out, see if corrections can be made, proceed. We proceeded. Second incident. We, at this time, or at least I, decided that, nah, this ain't for me, right? Um, but I'm still evaluating in my mind, because I don't want to make a hasty decision out of just anger. So I'm re-evaluating in my mind, and in the meantime, I am starting to fall back. So I'm pulling my energy back, because I need to get with me. I need to check in with me. And the only way that I can do that, I need to be in solitude. I need to be in fucking peace. I need to get with myself, right? Couple of phone calls, couple of conversations, and my mind is like, you know what? Fuck it. Shoot one more shot. You know, it's alright. But my energy ain't going full throttle like it was before. And one thing I have learned in one of my lessons is don't force nothing. So my mind is saying, fuck it, guys, you know, see what happened. Why not? You know, this is another experience for the books. Obviously, it's a lesson here that you gotta learn. Fuck it. You ain't gonna learn to stay in the separation. I love my hair, it's so pretty. You're not gonna learn to stay in the separation. The lesson is inevitable. Fuck it. It is what it is. With my energy, I could not get that bitch to budge. Third incident. And third time's the fucking charm for me, kid. Right? And as I sit back and think now, first of all, I want to say I don't regret a damn thing. I honestly don't. I don't regret anything. I'm sharing these details of my life with you because you need to understand there ain't a motherfucking thing perfect. Yes, we were made in the image of, and I honestly believe that we are earth angels. We are. And I mean, that's just the way that I feel. We have to be very careful of the fucking energy that we project onto the world. We have to be very careful of the people we allow in our energy and in our fucking space. And that's another fucking thing. You gotta get your fucking discernment up. See, it be a lot of shit going on. And it be so much shit going on that sometimes we want to take the time out for ourselves to just fucking be. To just fucking be. Right? And so with all of that fucking being said, I don't regret shit. You know. But I think that this lesson particularly was for me to really evaluate who I allow in my life all the fucking time. Because yes, um, you have to live your life. Absolutely. Yes, people are here to teach us experiences. But see, that's where your fucking discernment is supposed to come in at. Because you're supposed to be able to decipher who's the fucking teacher and who's the student in this fucking particular lesson that's gonna have to be learned. Cause see, the lessons are inevitable, right? You're gonna learn in one fucking way or the other. So we try to have people in our lives that like our discernment, like I feel like our discernment is here to let us know, like, you know, the only control you actually have is who you get to learn this lesson with. That's the only if I allow you control over that shit. But there's a lesson that has to be learned here for you, for your higher learning, your higher purpose, your higher self, right? There's a lesson that needs to be learned, and for you to learn that fucking lesson, um, I have someone in mind that's gonna teach it to you. And I just think that to a degree, some fucking time, as angelic as we are and want to be, there's no such thing as fucking perfection. And the human parts of us fucking take over. And the human part of us yearns for love and affection in its purest and sincerest form. And it's all fucking connected. It's all connected because we are love. We are light. We yearn for our alikes, right? We want to be able to experience that shit. But once the lesson is fucking learned, this is like the fucking hard part about learning the lesson, the detachment from it. Because it is not, it is way more easier said than done to detach yourself from another fucking human. When you are a being of light, when you are a being in the image of your creator, because such on a higher level you have grown to understand and overstand a great deal of things, and you want to be able to empathize with your person, understand, see in which way that you can be an asset to them, but you also want that reciprocity. And when it turns out to be one-sided, not only are you disappointed, because disappointment happens. Disappointment is not light, but in comparison to hurt, disappointment happens. But when your person causes you intentional pain and they make conscious decisions to hurt you, that's where we gotta draw the fucking line, and the detachment is necessary if you're gonna motherfucking save yourself. Because I remember in an earlier video I said a breakup is like a motherfucking fight, like 12 rounds. Like, bitch, you are literally fighting for your life. And at that time, that is how I felt with that breakup, right? But the reason you're fighting for your fucking life at any point of a breakup, because it's like, ultimately it's like fucking you versus you again. It's fucking ironic, right? And it's you versus you because this person is doing certain fucking things to you, and they're making conscious decisions to hurt you in fucking ways that you can't even comprehend, and it's translating to your mind as trauma. Like, I am in a toxic ass relationship, and the behavior patterns of this relationship is causing trauma. If you look at the fucking statistics, 90% of the people walking around here suffer from some level of PTSD. There is a high range of people that suffer from PTSD. And this is just from motherfucking daily life experiences. It's not, although it can be, but it's not military affiliated. It's from life experiences, right? And so it's so fucking ironic that it's like you versus you, because you have to make the decision to continue or stop this shit. This fucking vicious ass cycle that you about to either enter into or elongate. You gotta fucking decide if this is a fucking curse that you're gonna fucking break. Right? I was talking to my girlfriend one time, and I was explaining, and this is during the big breakup, and I was explaining to her, I wanted more for us, blah, 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 and I wanted to break the generational curse of not having our fathers around, because his father wasn't around, my father wasn't around, and I really wanted my kids' father to be around, and, it's just this, I thought I was built to break this curse. And she was like, well, you did break a curse. It's just not the curse that, you thought that you would have lined up in your head, but you broke a curse. And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? She was like, well, his dad went to jail, and your dad went to jail, and he went to jail, and but your sons haven't, and your sons will not ever visit that place or go to that place. And I was like, oh shit, and that was like a silver lining for me. Um, but it just seems like a lot of shit that we go through in life to build us up to our higher self ultimately ends up being us versus us. Like with the newer breakup, right, and separation. It didn't affect me nowhere near like the fucking last one. But when you're fighting for your life, or when you're fighting in the midst of a breakup, you're trying to understand some shit, trying to get you're also the fight comes because you're saying to yourself, okay, there is a new me that has emerged since my last situation. There's another level of me emerging now because there are lessons that are coming to me back to back, and before I can enjoy the fruits of my labor, there has to be an understanding to the creator that I have learned my lesson the first time. So, it's this fucking cycle that comes the fuck back around. You start me, because everybody's shit is different. You are aware of certain behaviors, you're aware of certain patterns, you're aware of certain emotions, you're highly super sensitive, especially intuitively. So it was like these motherfucking intuitions and shit that I'm getting, it's just like, oh motherfucking no, oh no. Because to go against your intuition is to go against oneself, you know that, you know what I'm saying? Because your intuition is a direct line to your creator. It is a direct line. The same way we could motherfucking get on our cell phone and go, not even on speed down. In your contacts, you got a certain amount of people that you contact on a motherfucking daily basis, so much so that they in a certain, they before the rest of your contacts. Like there's a list of your contacts, and there's you can star them, or you can store them in a certain way where y'all like in a group or whatever, but these particular people are before your regular contacts. They speak to you. That's what your intuition is. It's your contacts before you get to any of your other motherfucking contacts, and it is a direct line to the creator that you serve. And when that intuition starts motherfucking speaking to you again, right, and you don't listen to that shit, you're telling me, or that's me telling myself that not only did you not learn the fucking lesson, which is why I sent it back to you, but you're also not willing to build with your higher self. You want to be able to trust your creator, build with your creator. You say your creator is your savior. You say that your creator, is all of these things. And then when they start sending you divine messages on the fucking hotline, you choose to ignore them. We choose to ignore them. And for fucking what? What the fuck is it gonna take you to look at this motherfucker and see this motherfucker for exactly who the fuck he is, exactly who the fucking your creator has been showing you the fuck he is? Like you can't even hide it no motherfucking more. This is who he is. Now, even though you see him in his fucking rarest and rawest motherfucking form, right? You see it. Are you still putting yourself on the line to be with this person in any shape, form, or fashion? And in doing so, evidently and realistically means that you don't love yourself. And if you don't love yourself, you cannot love me. And I'm speaking in the terms of the creator, right? Because we say we love God, we trust God, this is our Savior, this, right? And then when they start sending you divine messages, you want to fucking ignore them. And then in ignoring them, you're further causing yourself motherfucking trauma, right? And in the process of you causing yourself more motherfucking trauma, you are actually being your own witness to let them know, let your creator know that I'm not listening to you, and I don't love you right now because I don't love myself enough to find a way out of this shit because it is hurting me and I am a part of you. I am a part of my creator. I am the daughter of the Most High, right? I'm the daughter of the Most High. Royalty is in my bloodline. If I believe that to the core of my being and who I am, then I need to find a way to detach myself from these motherfucking energies that's pulling me in the opposite direction of where I'm supposed to go. I am motherfucking elevating, but these motherfucking spirits got me down. They got me down. They got me feeling down and out. They got me tiptoeing around their motherfucking tiptoeing around them. They got me, not feeling free to be my motherfucking self. They got me behaving differently, acting differently, responding to the fucking trauma, responding to the fucking disrespect. They got me outside of myself, but just because, I love them. I've grown to love them, and I put so much resources in them that I'm choosing that over God. Yo, I remember, this is some real shit. Yo, I remember one time my grandmother's sister, right? And she and I don't get along at all. I don't like that bitch. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I got family members I don't fuck with because, you know, excuse me. Like most relationships, let me just tell you how the fuck I operate, right? And this is how I deal with people as a whole. I've learned to deal with people as a whole, even fucking family. Just because you family don't mean that you ain't got no badass motherfucking energy that I need to stay away from. I stop allowing people outside of me to have any say so about my destiny, right? And in order for me to do that, I have to remove myself from around those fucking people, or I can only be around them at a limited time. Let me tell you what I mean by having any control over my destiny. Because I know me way better than I know you. I know my temperament. I know my response to things. I know that even at my age, there should be some type of fucking, and I don't even know where I got this fucking idea from, but there's some type of age shaming when it comes to fucking self-defense to a degree, right? Like physical self-defense, right? Like, or you too old to be out there fighting, but let me motherfucking tell you something, all right? And this is me being real with me. Somebody, I don't know fucking who, said we too old to be fucking fighting, but bitch, that ain't me. I know that I can, my temperament and my tolerance for some shit, I just don't have, is very minimal. I try to stay away from those things because my response sometimes can be physical, can be confrontational, and being that way, it's consequences that come behind that shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm not disillusioned by that fact. There's consequences that come behind that shit. So many people start some shit and then run call the police. That type of shit. You know what I'm saying? So if it's consequences that I know that is not going to be favorable to me if I did anything to you, those are the people that I stay the fuck away from, because those are the very people who also have the potential to have a certain level of control over my fucking destiny. So I if I don't fuck with you, I fall all the way the fuck back. I do. Please understand this, right? If I don't fuck with you, I don't fuck with you at all. I don't even discuss you. Like, I don't talk about you because I don't give a fuck enough about you to say anything to anyone, right? Um. So back to the story. So, my aunt, which is my grandmother's sister, I don't fuck with her at all. Um, but I overheard her and my grandmother talking one day. I was a mother, but I was a young mom at this point, and she was on speakerphone because my grandma just came in from work, and so she's getting herself together. Stay in the household because cell phones. You had to have some money to have some cell phone shit, right? But whatever. So house phone was still in full effect. And I heard her say, I love that man so much, I left God for that man. Now, out of the whole entire conversation, that stood out to me the most. And it shocked me, but I also went right into fucking judgment zone, and I just was like, that's a dumb bitch. That's a stupid bitch. Type of bitch, right? Because to hear it so blatantly and so raw and so real like that, it's to me, I was like, oh, this bitch is fucked up. Because if that bitch will leave God for a man, she don't give a fuck about nothing or nobody. This is how I'm motherfucking thinking. And fast forward to the realities of love and relationships today and what they have changed into. When we defy our higher self, our higher knowledge, and our intuition, we are doing that exact same motherfucking thing. We are turning our backs on God for somebody that stands outside of us, a human that outside of us, outside of ourselves. When we don't tune the fuck in, when we don't detach, when the fuck we supposed to detach, and again, it is way easier said than done. So don't think that I'm trying to kick you back in or trying to kick you down or trying to judge you. I'm not fucking saying that at all. We having a fucking conversation and we fucking grown and we talking for real. When you do shit like that though, right? When you motherfucking don't detach when you're supposed to detach, don't go through the motherfucking healing process and allow the process to, allow it to fucking happen. Because guess what? A healer from any motherfucking thing, you're gonna relapse sometime. And it don't fucking feel good and it is uncomfortable, but it's all a part of this fucking experience that we're having in this fucking life. And you gotta learn from the shit. You got lessons and shit to go through it and grow through and all of this in the grand scheme of fucking things. But, or however, when you oh, well, I think it was lesson, or let me not say lesson, but I think that maybe someone may feel some type of way, or there's an energy that feels some type of way that I'm going to say what I was about to say, but I'm going to say it any fucking way. Okay, so I'm sitting on the floor now. When you, in a grand scheme of things, don't do what you know you're supposed to do, what you're being told intuitively to do, when you don't do those things, we are doing exactly what the fuck my aunt was bold enough to tell my grandmother that she was fucking doing. We are fucking turning our backs on God. We are walking away from the God that we serve or subscribe to. We are leaving God for a human. Yeah, this shit get real, it get motherfucking, it get deep. And that's some shit that we need to check. We need self-correction on that. And, relapsing isn't fucking easy, yo. It's not fucking easy to be in that fucking space, knowing how your heart wants to be with this person, but your mind can't no longer process any more of the experiences that they have taken you through, or the experiences that y'all have had together. Like, your mind can't process it anymore. It's time to get the fuck up out of there. You gotta find some type of way to make some type of way. You can't keep sacrificing yourself. You cannot allow people to infiltrate your energy and your fucking, you can't allow them to have so much access to your mental health, because you'll drive yourself motherfucking crazy trying to figure some shit out, and that nigga living his happily ever after motherfucking life. And it hurts. It hurts to see this motherfucker doing well. Like, the shit he did ain't bothered him. Like, the fucking mental state, the emotional state. Because you know what? The fucking betrayal of it all gives you, it's like you don't even trust yourself. It's like motherfucking betrayal of self after a while. It's like you don't even trust yourself, because because you have ignored all of those fucking red flags and those intuitive notifications, so it almost makes you not trust yourself. Get the fuck up out of there. Get the fuck up out of there. Because you have to work at rebuilding yourself so that you can create a safe space for yourself, so that you can understand yourself, love yourself, and trust yourself again. You fucking absolutely have to. You have to. Ain't nobody there to fucking do it for you. There's not another human around to do it for you. Unfortunately. The Creator's going to do it with you. Absolutely. They're not going to do anything for you. You have to do it for yourself. That's why, what kind of bugged me out when motherfuckers say, Christ is coming again. Like, this is what the Christians say. Christ is soon to return and come again. And he's going to save his people. What the fuck makes you think Christ ain't already here? Right? And I need for y'all to know that Christ, as in Jesus Christ, ain't God. He's not the creator. Let me say that. not the creator. He can be a God because we are all gods, because we are all made in the image and likeness of. So yeah, you know, so he could be a god, like I'm a goddess, like you're a god or you're a goddess, or a high priestess, or a high priest, or a pharaoh, or emperor, or empress, you know. Yes, yes, we are those things as we elevate spiritually. Christ was born again. These experiences that we have feel so life defying, and they fucking feel like death and fighting for your life, because that's what you are fucking doing. You are fighting old ways because you are being born again, but you are so fucking fearful of being born again at this age and stage of life because you don't know what to expect. It hasn't happened before. It hasn't happened the way you thought it would happen. But such is fucking life. And you're gonna be alright. And yeah, we get really some days. But that's cute. Damn, I think my coffee cold now. I'm gonna do some stretching now. Heat my coffee up. Play some Sade. And figure out what I want to do. It's unfortunate that I can't share myself with a companion just yet, and not at this time. Because women are nurturers and we are lovers, and ultimately we consider that to be a staple for living well, to be able to have all of our heart's desires. The reality is that I still believe that we can. I just think that we have to evolve into a certain level in order to get those things. But again, this is just me. I'm not a scientist, I'm not a psychiatrist, I'm not a psychologist. I just know me and my journey. So peace and blessings to you. I wish you a fantastic day, and I will be checking back in ASAP. Stay tuned on the page. It'll be more content. Sometimes the content may not be my own, but I still put things up because I think it's imperative for you to hear other perspectives from other people, because you may share those perspectives or it might be a new perspective, but it's all a part in assisting us to heal and to give us other ways to think. Because at this point, you need all the fucking help that we can get.